Alright guys, it's Chris here. I figured I try to maybe help some people out or give them a few pointers on what I did, because this would be either the third or the fourth season, meaning when spring, summer gets long, starts getting warm out, that I haven't had no air conditioning. This is a GMC Acadia 2011. Right after we got it, the kids stuck stuff in the DVD player up here so it wouldn't work. And the freaking sunroof started leaking. Or it broke, so it wouldn't seal right. So water comes through, all through here, and it got up into here, it got into our DVD player doesn't work, our backup camera, which is on our mirror, doesn't work anymore. Water runs down through here and onto the floorboard. But I've even taped it up with like some Flex Seal tape, and that held for a little bit, but because the window doesn't stay in place to help that seal stay, the tape by itself don't work. But anyways, I don't even know why the freak I rambled on about all that shit. Yeah, because that doesn't even have anything to do with what I'm about to tell you guys. Anyways, lots of people have problems with the air. One of two problems usually. No air. They got a flashing light on their when they push the air, it'll flash, which we had that. We had a flashing light. And hot air blowing on the passenger side. I've fixed both those problems. Finally, after doing a lot of research, after tinkering with it. Like I said, this is the third or fourth season. I can't remember, like, right after we first got it. That's why I started rambling. All those things had happened. The kids messed it up, and then our air stopped working. That's what had happened. That's where I was getting at with that rambling bullshit. So the air stopped working. I tried recharging it. It still wouldn't work. Sometimes I can just be what they call like a fleet mechanic. I'll just throw parts at it, parts that I know that involve that system. So like I'll go to the junkyard and buy a bunch of cheap shit, put it on there. Compressor, or no, I bought a new clutch. That was it. I just bought a new clutch, put it on, didn't fix it. Still had the flashing light. I didn't know what else to do. So we went through that summer. Another season come, started tinkering with it again. Same thing. I'd figured out that a pressure switch could be an issue. Well, I ended up not even dealing with it. No, actually, yes, I did. Last year, put in a new pressure switch. Well, it wasn't new. I went and got one from a junkyard. It didn't help it. Still had the flashing light. So I went and got another one from a junkyard. They're like $5, you know. A new one cost me, I think it was like $12. I just could have got a brand new one. I got it on Amazon Prime. Bought it and had it in 2 days. It was $12, so go figure. It is what it is. I didn't know it was going to be that cheap of a part. That's my own ignorance for not looking it up. Put the new one in, and I still have a flashing light. I'm like, okay, so maybe that wasn't the problem. So I go ahead and start trying to charge the system, and I start to get a little bit of cold air coming in. I think it's the high side. The line bust, which is the most common line that bust. It busted. So I'm like, oh shit. I wasn't about to go to the junkyard and buy one of those. That's just dumb. An old rubber hose that could potentially do the exact same thing I just did. So I ordered a new one, Amazon Prime. That was only like $20. Got here in 2 days. Put it on. Started to recharge it. Still had the flashing light. I'm like, well, hold on now. This thing started to get cold when I put the pressure switch on there and started charging it before the line blew. So it was like something, you know, my wheels started turning because I'm like, it wants to work. So I put that whole can, I went and got a can, put the whole can in there, and the damn thing wouldn't stop flashing. It wasn't getting cold. This is after I put a new line and everything. Wasn't doing anything. So I left the can on there, cracked, with the valve cracked, just slowly pouring in there, and I walked away for a little bit and I went in the house. I know you're not supposed to do this because you could overpressurize the system, but like I said, I just barely had it cracked trying to bleed into the system, because all times when you take it to a dealership, they have a pressurized system how they put it in there. So I went in there and I started looking a few things up. I only went in there for a few minutes, so I was trying to think of some things, why this ain't working. Do I have some air in the line? Because I've dealt with having to burp your system, your coolant system, having the same issue. Just put all these parts into it and it should be working now, but it's not. So there could be simple things like air in the line that can prevent it from working properly. I had to do that with the cooling system. So I think that's what was wrong with my system here. So what I did was I just cracked the line on the front. It's going to be hard for me to show you guys now because I've already put the bumper back on. But where the two lines come in at the top and they connect to your intercooler, these right here. She's idling funny. But I just cracked that bolt right there and let the air seep out real slowly. Not the air, the Freon. Let the whole system bleed itself slowly. I'm not saying this worked. Obviously it did work because it's working. But I thought I had air in the system. So I let all that slowly bleed out on its own. Come back, tighten it back up. Got a new can of refrigerant. And started charging it, and it wasn't taking it. The can wasn't getting cold, the lines weren't getting cold coming from the can, so I could tell it wasn't taking. The pressure gauge wasn't doing anything. Then all of a sudden my clutch starts kicking on and off, cycling on and off, and I was watching the gauge jumping up and down. So I started playing with the needle valve that goes into the can with your one of these bad boys right here. I started playing with this just slowly, just watching that needle. Every time I would turn it, back it up, I was just watching the needle move, and once that needle started to move, that told me the system was filling up. So I just let it. I stopped that needle right there, stopped where it was at, and just watched it, and it just slowly would rise up, and it'd get to about 69. I just kept playing with it, and then the compressor would kick on and it would drop back down. I just kept playing with it. Like I said, the needle, kept watching the system. After the compressor would kick on, then I'd play with that needle again, and finally it started just building up in the system. Okay, so I got it where it was needed, up in the green, got in the car. Of course, like I said, I still have hot air blowing on this side. So, that side was cold, but this side was still really hot. Don't mind the car. I have not put it back together since I tore all this shit apart last night. I want to show you guys though. This shit is cold now. It is great. This only thing I could find was a meat thermometer. Look at that shit. It is cold air coming out of there now. 51, 52. Alright guys, so don't mind the mess here. I have not put this sucker back together since I figured it out last night. It was late last night when I finished tinkering with it and got it figured out. It is extremely dirty. We need to get this thing cleaned out today. Anyways, I'm rambling again. So like I said, I got the air working, right? But we still had hot air coming from this side. And that is because it's called your blend actuator door, which is this little fucker right here. You actually got two of them. You can see one is right there and the other one is back behind this. So it makes it really hard to get to. That is what causes your hot air to blow on your passenger side. It's called a blend door actuator. So I got in here. Other people said you can drill some holes in here to get to, there's three screws. See them? 1, 2, 3. Little tiny, fucking little tiny Torx. They're T20 Torx. Okay, so everybody was saying to make it easier, you can get your hands up in behind here. You got to take all this off. You got to take this cover off that goes to your blower motor. And it's not impossible, but it's a pain in the ass getting your hands back in there. This and that. This is right here. This is covered by your glove box. You'll never see this again unless you take your glove box completely out. Okay. So anyway, some guy said you could just drill some holes in here. I drilled one hole and I was off. So I drilled a second one, as you can see where I got into the metal a little bit, and it still wasn't right. So I was like, you know what? I watched another guy said where he just cut this. I was like, I don't know about all that, but then, it is. This is the side of glove box. You don't even see this, so who cares? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't know. Some people will care because they don't want to mess up their car, but this is not a brand new car. This car has 211,000 miles. This thing is, I'm surprised it's still running, but I mean, we don't run it like a dog. We take care of our vehicles. We just have common issues. We've had it for 5 years now. We only had 132,000 miles when we got it. It's got 211 now. But anyways, getting off the subject again. I disconnected that all my glove box stuff, pulled out the glove box out of the way, drilled these holes, couldn't get to it, so I decided to hot knife it. Took my razor blade, heated it up with a torch, cut through that. There's several different ways. You can go get a small little Dremel, whatever, cut it. There's different ways people can do it. That's what I did. Got to that actuator. Now, you're gonna have a long extension. This is what I did to get to this first one. You can get through it right here. Bam. Like I said, T20. And there's another one on the top. I don't remember how I got to that actually. I think I might have stuck my hand in there and used a small wrench. But for this back one, you gotta do the same thing. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. A little tiny wrench, and you need a low profile bit, and you can get to that third screw over here. It shouldn't be very tight. I just got that in there at an angle and just cracked it to cut it loose because I couldn't get this all the way in there. And then I took the bit out and I just screwed it out by hand. So anyways, this is how you test whether that was the issue, which I'm telling you now, that is the issue. If you got hot air blowing on your passenger side, it's your blend door actuator. But here's the thing, kids can get in there and throw coins and stuff like that in here, and it gets down there and it can block that actuator door from even opening and closing as well. And I was thinking, oh shit, maybe that's probably what happens. Like I said, kids already stuffed stuff in our DVD player and stopped that from working. So it's possible they threw coins down in there too and got in there and it blocked my actuator. So I'm thinking, oh crap, man. So as soon as I pulled the actuator out, you could hear it go clunk. So it fell back down in the cold mode. It was stuck in hot mode. So I cranked it, the car on, started it. I got cold air blowing. I got ice cold air blowing now. And that fixed it for now. But I need to order a new one of these, which I looked online and get it for like $15, anywhere from 15 to 28, somewhere like that, depends on who's selling it. So that way, come wintertime, we can be able to switch back and forth. So right now, I'm leaving it off so I can have cold air because, like I said, it's getting summertime. It's that time of the year. Thankfully, it's been real nice the last several days, like 60s and 70s. Today it's supposed to be 88 degrees, and I just got the air fixed yesterday, so we're gonna be balling. I am ecstatic about it. Recharging your system. You can do it. If you look right about there, you can this is your high pressure line right here. No, low pressure, high pressure. Anyways, whichever one it is has your charge port on it. You can stick down in there and charge it and bring the can up this way, but to me it's harder. You can't shake the can either, but I had my whole bumper off anyways to make it easier to get my hands through here and get to all this stuff. It's easier to just charge it from this way. See that right there? Of course, all this skirting has to come out, but I already had it out. Like I said, I've done work to this car over the last few years, and one of the things I've done, why I took all this crap out, is I've put power steering, or not, what was it? Nah, yeah, it was power steering pump. Yeah, and then I did a water pump as well. So I've done water pump, I've done the power steering pump as well on this car. All the years we've had it, water pump, power steering pump, thermostat, and now the AC. Oh yeah, the purge valve, which is up underneath here, which whenever you get gas and you go to start it, it just wants to go, just turn over, keep turning over, and takes a minute for it to start. That's your purge valve. Purge valve solenoid, I think it's called. I can't remember exactly. I don't know. I'm gonna do it yourself, or if it's broke, I'm gonna look up, figure out how to fix it. That's just what I am. That's what I do. Oh, so here you go. Here's the 2 holes that I tried drilling. Like I said, I'm just like, screw it, I'll just cut this little piece off. Ain't nobody gonna see it. Oh, if you guys got any kind of questions, hit me up. I will answer the best I can. Like I said, I think the main problem was, well, there's a combination. You're not gonna get very good cold air if you got hot air blowing on this side. They're mixing together. And also, because I didn't have a pressurized system, all I had was one of these. Because when you go to a dealership, they have a pressurized system. See, there's my can. Super Tech even, they have a pressurized system that they fill your cars up with. Makes it easier to force the Freon in there. So I didn't have that, so I had to keep playing with it to get it to take on Freon. And I need to do a little bit of research, but I don't think that clutch is supposed to stay on all the time, because now that I got the system filled, and I noticed when the clutch would kick off, I was still having cold air come through. I'm not a ASC certified mechanic. I did go to school for it, but I didn't complete it. So, I mean, I know a lot about cars, but I don't know everything. So I don't know exactly how the heating and cooling system works and the AC system and all that good shit. But I know enough that I can turn a wrench and fix it and figure it out. So it's fixed now. If you guys got any questions, hit me up. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. Actually goes this way, duh. Oh, I had it right in the first place. Forgot to mention this little shit right here. This is the glove box latch. 2 screws. I suggest taking them off because you're going to hit your head on that 152,000 times and it's going to piss you off.